Doug Kinney works in construction in Los Angeles, and his job is constantly getting in the way of his family. Working on a new wing of a scientific facility, Doug meets Dr. Leeds, a friendly scientist who has successfully developed a method for cloning humans. He is introduced to Dr. Leeds' clone as proof. Sympathetic to Doug's troubles, he clones him, so the clone can take over for Doug at work, while the original tries to spend quality time with his family. The clone, called 2, although he calls himself Lance, has all of Doug's memories and knowledge, but personality-wise is an exaggeration of Doug's masculine side. Doug goes to great lengths to keep his clone a secret. While he and his wife Laura are at a restaurant for dinner, he sees 2 on his own date, as he cannot be with Laura. Doug begins to worry about his clone being revealed. Despite the complications of having a clone, Lance is extremely busy at work, so Doug has another maid to help out at home. 3, who calls himself Rico, is an exaggeration of Doug's feminine side. He is extremely sensitive and thoughtful and loves to cook and take care of the house, much to Lance's chagrin. Lance and Rico attempt to make another clone, 4, who is later named Lenny. Unfortunately, since he is a clone of a clone, his intelligence is considerably lower than that of his predecessors, and he refers to Doug as Steve. The analogy used refers to how a copy of a copy may not be as sharp as the original. This causes an annoyed Doug to decree that no more clones be created. Doug decides to take some time off, going on a sailing trip. He doesn't want Laura to know, so he has his clones step in for him while he's away. Although he specifically instructs them that Laura is off limits, while he is gone, each of the clones, in turn, run into Laura. Despite their best efforts to follow instructions, she persists, and eventually has sex with all 3 of them, thinking they are Doug. The next day, Lance has a cold, and is unable to go to work, so he sends Rico. During an inspection on site, Rico's lack of knowledge about the current construction site annoys the inspector, which leads to Doug losing his job. As time passes, Doug's wife becomes increasingly upset with her husband's erratic behavior and how he has no memories of discussions Laura unwittingly had with another clone. Thinking Doug is ignoring her, she reveals her feelings to Lenny, mentioning how Doug has never kept his promise to fix up the house. When she asks him what he wants, an inattentive Lenny replies, "I want pizza." Upset, she takes the children and moves back to her parents' home. When Doug returns, he learns that Laura and the kids have left. He also learns from the clones' confessions that he has lost his job, and each one of them has had sex with Laura. While Doug tries to determine how to get Laura back, Lenny tells him that Laura said he never fixed the house. With the help of the clones, Doug remodels their home and wins back the love of his wife. He also tells her he is planning to start his own contracting business. Realizing Doug can take care of himself now, the 3 clones move away. As they are driving away and stopped at a stoplight, Laura sees the 3 clones in the car next to her. Believing that she is hallucinating, Laura tells her children that you can tell you really love someone when everyone you see reminds you of them. The clones write to Doug that they have set up a successful pizzeria called 3 Guys from Nowhere in Miami, Florida, and are masquerading as triplets. Lance becomes the businessman of the shop and serves customers, enjoying this opportunity to meet many women. Rico is the head chef and is cooking up a storm and having a ball, and Lenny is the delivery boy, as well as taking a second job as a paperboy. Unfortunately, Lenny confuses the 2 and is seen delivering pizzas by throwing a box onto a lawn as he rides his bike by.